get wet.
No, that's just long. So, what was the meeting about then?
Just some Frank guy talking about how he overcome his fear of swimming.
So what, is he trying to teach you how to swim? That's long.
I know, right?
Oh, my man said this alright, man.
Wait, what? Can you even swim, fam?
A bit, fam.
What are you lying for, bro?
I'm not lying, bro.
Welcome to the film premiere and the second installment of Blacks Can't Swim, the sequel. We're here at the Museum of London, where we're going to be joined by members of the aquatic industry, the cast, members of the press, and more. We're going to be treated to a Q&A with the cast members to find out just why this film is going to be so important to the aquatic industry and the black community. So let's go and check it out.
I ain't into the riding stuff, I'm just on the writing stuff. Every track man touch turn gold. Come like I got the Midas touch. Small mad is a violent buzz. Light it up and I'll light man up. If he tried this, us get shelled by the pen if he sent for my friend on the knife and stuff. I ain't into the riding stuff, I'm just on the writing stuff. Every track man touch.
I strongly believe that it's the youth that are going to change the narrative. We hear that 95% of black adults and 80% of black children in England do not swim. So when I released a film called Blacks Can't Swim a year ago, the whole idea was to get the conversation. It's a conversation starter. Let more people talk about it, because the more we talk about it, the easier it becomes for us to do it. With this one, I just want to take it to the next level. I want to get more people talking about it, and that's already happening, because you can just see by the coverage that there's a lot of involvement. The media have hooked onto it.
Well, it's definitely one that resonates with not just the community, but the sector. Ed has continually said that to make the change we want to see, it's important that we educate the youth, the 16 to 25-year-olds, because if we get them swimming, their children will swim, and we then start to overcome the barriers that we have right now, where you have a whole generation of older folk who don't swim.
I think it's something that we need to address as a culture, and something that we've shied away from. I think for generations now, within our culture, we have myths that need to be smashed. For example, black people have heavy bones, that's why they don't swim, or the hair issue. So for me, it's really important. Also, it's life-changing in some respects. I myself has had a personal experience, a bad experience in India, in the ocean, and I think it's really important that everybody from a young age really does learn how to swim.
So I think the aquatics industry suffers with the issue, and they're very open about that, about the lack of diversity within it. And as a result, there's issues with, engaging people from different demographics, different backgrounds. And I think this film is, one of the first attempts to do that in the UK, and the first attempts to bridge that gap.
Sitting by the pool, feeling so cool. Splash, 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 they say blacks can't swim. That's okay, take my time. When I splash, 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 they say blacks can't swim.
I heard about it through Instagram. I've seen loads of social media posts about it, and I thought it was a really interesting idea for a film, and I was really excited to see it.
One thing, the title stands out, so it automatically kind of raises questions and sparks debate, so that's really good. Like, definitely pushing the narrative, and we need more films like this, trying to encourage black people to get into the water and swim.
I think the most exciting thing for me was bringing awareness for people within my community and making it relatable.
Danielle said is about just sharing it and getting to talk about it with your family, with your friends and the people around. So everyone coming here to watch the film has been a blessing, and at least everyone can go home and get to talk about it. So with us being in the film, it's kind of like to help push the younger generation to get into the pool, to have fun with it. And so the more they see people like them, they can get to watch the film. So
I was pretty excited, because something I've never done before, something different, something new. It was quite fun to be doing stuff with my friends and people that are close to me as well.
Definitely quite excited, especially when it's to do with the culture. Definitely important, because it encourages people to think more about, literally, there's more possibilities than what others tell you. Say when it comes to swimming, and literally just what you can't do, say like hair or bones and rare tear that they keep saying, things like that.
I thought about it, thought about it. I thought about it, thought about it. No.
I received a call about one of my friends passing away over the weekend from not being in a pool and not knowing how to swim and drowning.
Like, this is an issue that, like I was mentioning in the film,
I personally dealt with where a friend of mine passed away. So like having the opportunity to be involved in something like this that encourages like the future generations of our own to get into like swimming is, I feel it was like a big thing. I feel like it was destined.
Yeah, it's important to get people into swimming because I personally love swimming. On holiday, certain people can't swim. It's not the same for them when you're renting a boat. Some people got to put the life jacket on, can't really swim, so it's not the same for you.
You're just bringing like raising awareness, that's what I'm trying to say, to just people like black people not swimming and people dying from it and stuff like that. Like I watched it as well and I was like surprised by a lot of things like I heard.
It opens up a whole new thing, like to not just black people but a load of different people that of different colour that can obviously see this movie, and it teaches everyone like about this one stereotype, which is not true, because in the Olympics you have a bunch of like different swimmers which are black.
I like to love and to be needed. So come and find me, take my hand, let me show you why.
I think anything educational right now is imperative and important to be putting out there, you know. So something like this, you know, raising awareness about what the whole concept of the movie is about is really important, because obviously the next generation is going to understand and overstand it. Schools are a massive, massive audience, and you know, if you start educating kids from young, you know, you're going to get better adults, aren't you?
I think more than just schools and educational facilities, I think, you know, nationwide. I myself, Black Wall Street London, I'm trying to get this film screened at one of our events. That's how important I think it is. I don't think it should just be a closed market. I think that this is definitely a game changer.
Yeah, it's going to make a massive difference, because it looks and feels different to what lots of kids in schools see every day. So I've got a 3 and a 6-year-old. They would not recognise this film, right? And that's dreadful. So it makes such an impact. I think it should be pushed out into schools. All schools should have a look at it. And I think it could make a real difference. Just that awareness building, that exposure would be great.
And that's what Ed's film has done. Ed's film has made it easy for us to all sit down here from different ethnicities and laugh at some of those jokes, which we would not ordinarily do. It's made it okay to talk about these issues, and I'm hoping that now that we're being heard, we can start to resolve some of these.
So it's really important to get the message across that swimming is a life skill. But aside from that, it is showing the sector and getting them to listen to the lived experiences of young people within our community. And I am just so excited and thrilled that we don't just have the cast here today. We don't just have people from our community. We have people from the sector that we're working with. We have the likes of Sport England. We have the likes of the RNLI, the RSS UK. You know, we have the key stakeholders that are the key stakeholders within the sector. But now they're getting to mingle around and speak to the community to understand what a community actually are feeling about the situation of swimming or not being able to swim, water safety, drowning prevention. So I'm really excited about this.
People like myself who are in their 30s, 40s, 50s and 60s that learn to swim later on in life are few and far between. But if we can get the younger generation interested in swimming, then I'm pretty sure that we will be able to change the narrative.
Love, I need it, and love, I need it, and